All right, final presentation for Intro to Law Enforcement. Here it goes. So I've selected 5 topics that I think directly relates to the ethics, strategy, and public confidence that is required for modern police today. I'm going to start with the 2 ethical pillars, the importance of organizational culture using the bad barrel concept that we learned about, and the historical lesson of the political era. There was a lot of neat things I learned about from that. And then I'm going to talk about the proactive policing with the broken windows theory and the specialized response to mental health crisis and all of those related topics. And then finally, I will talk about the accountability through the push for the National Use of Force database. All of those concepts are foundational for professional policing and to learn. There was my intro to topics. All right. So the first one, I'm going to the bad barrel theory. So it was the first concept that I wanted to touch on. Basically, misconduct is often a symptom of institutional failure, not just an isolated flaw. That basically reinforces the idea that police professionalism, it's got to be driven from the top down. And the other thing is ethical leadership. It's basically the proactive force that sets the tone, refusing to tolerate even minor breaches of integrity. So for a future police officer, this lesson is clear. Our commitment to justice requires us to seek out and join agencies with strong ethical leadership and actively reinforces honorable conduct. That's how they make sure the badge maintains its dignity that it should deliver, and the trust of the public. It's got to be accomplishing those things. So next thing, so the career relevance of this. So this is highly relevant to my career because obviously I want to be a police officer, and it must be part of the solution, and it can't be the problem. So being aware of the bad barrel theory by this, it means I have to recognize that simply having policies isn't just enough. Supervisors must consistently and actively reinforce, in a way, an ethical culture behind the policing. And as a police officer, I will use this knowledge to ensure to make sure my conduct is above reproach, understanding that my personal integrity contributes to the agency's overall ethical barrel. This is how a professional force upholds its mission to serve the public. All right. So studying the political era, so moving on to the political era, it offers an essential ethical warning. This history showed that the catastrophic consequence of mixing politics with policing, resulting in a force that prioritized favors over impartial justice. The key lesson for me to understand is the slippery slope, how minor corruption, like accepting a simple simple favors, it damages the public's perception of our absolute impartiality. The thing that really reminded me of that example was we in class when we were talking about why shouldn't police get special favors from like a local small business? Well, because it can get wrapped up in accusations like they're favoring more some part of the community more than others, and then it makes the police look bad, basically. So there's got to be that healthy balance, and also professionalism demands that we consistently refuse these offers to protect the reputation for fairness that underpins our authority. So that's basically what that means there, and also the move toward merit-based hiring was a necessary conservative reform to protect the police mission from political compromise. So having police officers based on their merit and character, not to hire to get a wide range of different certain specific kinds of people, which I also remember discussing that in class. And that is an ongoing issue that happens today, ironically. So, So the next thing is that the lessons of this era are non-negotiable for my career. I recognize that the smallest lapse in integrity erodes the public trust that took decades to reform, for the reform to build. My goal is absolute impartiality by consistently maintaining professional distance and refusing any form of gratuity. I actively reinforce the public's perception that I am a fair agent of the law. This commitment to transparency and ethical discipline ensures that justice is never compromised and that the badge retains its legitimacy. That way people can, because, it's not going to be perfect 100% of the time, but if we take an oath to do that to their best ability as police officers, then we will have a lot better chance of people respecting the police. Hopefully, at least that's the hope. So now on to the broken windows. So the broken windows theory was a strategic cornerstone by maintaining public order. It operates on a conservative principle, and orderly environment is it's a prerequisite for a safe one, basically. By addressing small infractions swiftly and consistently, law enforcement, police, sends a clear message that disorder is not tolerated. And the zero tolerance policing is the active manifestation of this principle of the broken windows theory, demanding strict enforcement to reclaim public spaces and reduce fear. For an officer committed to public safety, this strategy underscores the necessity of being proactive, ensuring that the law-abiding citizens, the majority, can enjoy their community without the fear of growing decay, as they would say. So the broken windows theory, what is the career relevance? Well, understanding this strategy is important for effective patrolling, and ways of patrolling. It confirms that the police mission starts with the idea of maintaining order, not just reacting to felonies. My professional commitment is to enforce the law enforcement consistently and fairly using the broken windows theory to benefit the whole community. This strategy teaches me that effective crime prevention means ensuring every citizen can expect a well-ordered, safe place and safe environment. And the police are the agents who guarantee that order. All right, crisis intervention and mental health learning. So this topic reflects the increasing complexity and the service orientation of modern policing. So we learned that officers are now frequently managing mental health crisis, because we know this quite well because police officers are mainly the ones who are first on scene, and will have to it will require them to know what to do. They'll have to have the training to first-handedly engage somebody who could be experiencing a mental health crisis before any other medical professionals get there or anything like that. So a role that demands specialized training, the crisis intervention training, is an effective professional model that teaches officers to approach these incidents as health-related emergencies and not criminal ones. It emphasizes de-escalation, which we learned from the crisis intervention course, as a primary tool to stabilize a situation, safety, and guide the individual to treatment. This is not a reduction of the police role. It's an enhancement that requires a higher level of professional skill to ensure the safest possible outcome for the fear and the public of the officer. So yeah, when I first saw this one about the crisis intervention training, I'm like, well, because I just remember all those stories, I read all these, super woke articles about defunding the police and, replacing the police with crisis intervention workers that have no training whatsoever. And it's just cringy because, that's not realistic. I mean, the world would not exist if we didn't have police. So, and anyways, there's a way to do the crisis intervention training, but the answer is not to get rid of police. I just want to make sure we're clear on that. So the career relevance. So for a future police officer, this training is absolutely required and essential. Proper crisis intervention training equips us to manage high-stress situations while maintaining a professional, humanitarian approach. The goal is to be fully trained in this model, ensuring that I am prepared to stabilize a crisis without resorting to force. At least that is the goal. That demonstrates that the effective law enforcement is about using the right tool for the job. By guiding people toward help, we fulfill our duty to protect and serve the entire community, including those experiencing a crisis. At the end of the day, the goal should be to protect and serve the community, but sometimes, we have to face the threat and we have to eliminate the threat, but in the hopes that we're ultimately doing it for the good. All right, so the national data need. So this is the final topic I chose. It concerns the imperative for the transparency in modern policing. As I read, I learned that the lack of standardized national use of force database is an important obstacle to building public confidence. For law enforcement to be viewed as the just and professional guardian of the law, our actions must be auditable based on clear, factual data. Without this unified data, critics can easily make unsubstantial claims, and departments cannot effectively prove the efficiency of their training or reforms. A national database is a conservative necessity. It provides the objective facts needed for genuine accountability and to justify the necessary actions taken by police. So, career relevance. So, in my career, I will be a fierce advocate for transparency among police officers. Every professional police officer knows that the lawful actions will stand up to scrutiny when the facts are clear. The creation of the national database is a logical step that supports the professional officer by providing factual context and helps isolate misconduct by proving where training or culture has failed. My commitment is to ensure my reports are always meticulous, providing the data necessary that is necessary to support accountability and professional review. So, summary of learning. So by doing this project, these five topics that I've selected, they all confirm that professional law enforcement is built on these three core pillars: the unwavering ethical, sorry, I can't pronounce that word very well, ethical integrity driven by culture and leadership, strategic action that blends order maintenance with specialized crisis intervention, and a commitment to accountability and transparency through accurate data. This course has solidified my dedication to pursuing a disciplined professional career in law enforcement. So my future career commitment. As I get closer and closer to my path, I will uphold the lessons that I have learned in this course and, of course, all the other courses in every interaction I have as a police officer. I'm committed to continuous learning as I continue on in my education and training, applying the law with both fairness and firmness, and maintaining the highest ethical standards to protect the integrity of the badge and the public trust. I am dedicated to a career that upholds the rule of law and serves the community with the highest level of professional excellence. Thank you for listening to my presentation. No, it was a long one. It's pretty late. But here is my references that I have got out of the presentation. And thank you.